So, it is Sunday, which means it's time for a stash cast. Alright, as you can see, it's dark. I'm doing this video late, and that's because I've actually been feeling sick all day. And I wasn't gonna do the video, and I said, no, let's start the week out right. And it was 10 o'clock, and I'm trying to move my video recording time up to where I would like it to be, which is 1 p.m. at the latest. So I have plenty of time to get it up. So, all that being said, if you're new here, I'm Aradia Noire. I'm the resident witch and creatrix over to Radia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Sundays, we like to do a little thing called Stashcast. So, Stashcast basically is me sharing something that's from my stash, and stash is something in the art community, and it's just a collection of materials. Sometimes it's a collection of tools. And the thing with it is when you start creating art and when you get really into like a specific medium, it's really easy to basically start collecting materials. And, you take advantage of sales, you go thrifting, people donate things, you accept things, at some point from all kinds of sources, which means your collection of materials can grow exponentially very quickly, depending on if you live in the right circumstances, if you know some generous people, or you just get lucky. So that being said, the other purpose is to just kind of share what I've got and let you know what I'm doing with it, and maybe give you some ideas for what you could do with it if you also have something like it. So in today's thing, we're going to talk about t-shirt yarn. And the funny thing about this is actually something that I made. I had access to a bunch of t-shirts, and I created the t-shirt yarn myself. So as opposed to most things in my stash, which are either bought or donated, this is something that I have contrived myself. Okay, brief intermission. I'm back now. So normally I just, a little heads up. Normally when I do these, I try to make sure that I have some of whatever it is nearby so that I can easily share it with you and whatnot. And for the life of me, I actually had no idea where my t-shirt yarn was at all, so I had to go rooting around in my stash for it, and I found some. Not all of it, mind you, but some. So there's that. Alright, I think I took pictures for my actual Ravelry stash, so we'll see. If not, I will put that on my queue tomorrow. So, like I said, what I've got stashed today is t-shirt yarn. I've got this in two forms. I've got a hank that I wound up, and I've got this as a ball. The ball, I think I had worked it to see how it looked up, I believe is what happened, and that's why it's in this form instead of this form. I'm probably going to actually wrap up a cake now that I have a Nasta pen. Ooh. And like show the different put-ups of it so that people can see what it looks like. But in general, what it's used for is anything that needs to be thick or bulky. You'll see it used in things like baskets or decor. I've seen it used as rugs. Generally speaking, you're not going to see a whole lot of it as necessarily clothing, because it's kind of thick, and it's not light. But it's a very commonly either accessories or like maybe outerwear even. Like I could see a vest or something being made out of this, but I wouldn't want like a, something that was supposed to be flowing drapey, because this is just not going to drape well unless you make it really, really loose. And then at that rate, it's going to be more of a fashion statement than something that, keeps you warm necessarily. So there's that. That being said, you could also use it to weave. I might try to do some bobbin lace with this, because while this is not a ton of yardage, let's see, it's about 26 yards. For bobbin lace, that's plenty. And so that would just be a matter of like making something really, really big with this, which actually might be what I do with this now that I think about it. But you can crochet with it, you can knit with it, you can weave with it. I had a piece of braided rope. I don't think I have pictures of it now, and I have to re-braid it, but I took all of the hem pieces from the shirt, and I wove them Kumihimo style, which is a Japanese braiding technique. And I made a round braid with it. So you can do all kinds of stuff like that. And you could do macrame, you could do knotwork, other types of knotwork, other types of braiding. Pretty much anything you would use yarn or thread for, you could do. It just would be on a larger scale, and you would need to take that into account with what you're making. So, thus far, I haven't actually done anything with it. I have been focusing on trying to finish the rest of it. I've got a few more shirts that I think are black. And those are the ones that are left. I think I did all the green. But offhand, I can't actually remember. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, I guess. And I might put up a tutorial, let me know, of how I make the t-shirt yarn if you would like to make your own. I've got a tutorial for plarn making that I can put up, and what I might do is do a video and just walk through like the entire step of how I specifically personally do it, because plarn is not something that I'm probably going to bother with selling, but I don't know. We'll see. The way I do it is a lot of work. And I put extra effort in that people don't necessarily put in to get a slightly different product. So, I don't know. We'll see. I have a general tutorial on my blog, so I might make a video, or I could just make a video out of the slideshow that I have, because I already have a slideshow up, and I could do the same with this, but I could also just do a video, like a new video, repurpose the content. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. Yeah, so I would love to hear from you. Do you have any t-shirt yarn in your stash? Have you worked with it before? If so, how did you like it, and what did you use it for? If you check the links below, I will link you to my great my plarn escapade with it's 3 parts, and I went into a tutorial of how I do plarn, which is kind of similar to how I do t-shirts. And I will consider for this week making a tutorial, a video tutorial or a photo tutorial of how I do my t-shirt yarn. It is a little different. There's some extra steps and there's some things that you don't do, but there's also some things that are really similar. And this is really kind of in an effort to like not waste anything, so I might do it anyway, just for that reason. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here, for watching my videos, for being a patron, for supporting my work and sharing it and spreading it around, and just being there. It means a lot as an artist for people to care about the work that you're doing, especially when the world feels like it's just like on fire around you. And art is important, especially now. And where we can find a little bits of joy and beauty in life, we need to. And so there's a degree of power being an artist right now, and it's important to not give up. So whether you consider yourself an artist or not, or creativity is just a hobby for you, keep making, keep creating, keep bringing little points of light into the world. And I will see you tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow, Monday motivation. So if you get to the end of this video, right, I like to share what I'm going to be doing the next day. We're going to talk about what's motivating me for Monday. I don't know. I think I have an idea what's probably going to get me going tomorrow, so stay tuned. And if you'd like to see what that is, make sure that you swipe around here. A real quick note, it is 10:21. I do not, on Sunday, the 8th, I do not know if this video is actually going to get put up. So what I've been doing is putting the draft up, and I mean to put the draft up and embed it like normally with a video in the post, and you can either read it or you can watch it, whichever you'd like to do. However, the last couple of times I've tried to do it, there have been some issues with Patreon where it hasn't been working. I get everything uploaded onto YouTube, so it's there, but it's not accessible for anybody here on Patreon. So we're gonna see if it's worked. If it hasn't, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do last video, which was I will put the post up on Patreon, and then I will at the very top link in the post to the video, so that you can watch it, because I'm taking the time to make this video for y'all, so I'd like for you to watch it. Other than that, thanks, and I will see you tomorrow.